Hello there. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is yet another curve flattening concert, number 718. And it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in southeast Pennsylvania. One of the nicest days we've had since last summer, probably. And I welcome you aboard. I see Steve Walker and Slim Edelman and Kathy Marzik and Carol Pred and Kathy Craw and Bunny Barnes and Deb Leiby Clark. Always glad to see you all. And Charlie Bryant and Debbie Moore and Mike Verbeck and Johnson Hogg. And let's do a little clinking here with the Clinkophonic mug. I wish you a wonderful day. Here's to you all. So, and I have a little Charlie film today. I took a little shot of Charlie while he was emptying his Weeble of kibble. Unfortunately, I don't have it set up so you can hear it, but you can see Charlie doing his thing here. That's his Weeble. And it gives him a lot of pleasure. It gives him a way of working for his food, which is always good for a dog. So there you see it. It's going to end right about now. And that's that for little Charlie today. He is here. He's laying right behind the camera tripod. And if he decides to move, it may look like we're having an earthquake here, but you never know. And I see Warren and Janelle are here. So first song by Bobby Charles. If I had my way, I'd leave here today. I'd move in a hurry. I'd find me a place where I can stand and not have to hurry. A place to be loose, a place I can lose these Tennessee blues. I'd find me a spot on some mountain top with no one around me, birds in the trees, rivers and streams, and lakes that surround me. A place to be loose, a place I could lose these Tennessee blues. Place to forget all my regrets, keep just the good times. place I could sleep with nothing but peace and feel free at all times, a place to be loose, a place I could lose these Tennessee blues. The Tennessee Blues by Bobby Charles. And I'm going to switch guitars here. That's my drop D guitar for today. We will discuss guitars during the guitar discussion segment of the show. And I will say a couple more hellos here, I do believe. So I see Rhonda Scott Merrick stopped by, and Bruce McNeil, and Rich Fowler, and Tom Dietz, Linda Worster, Jim Greco, Tom Stackhouse. Hi, Tom. And David Arthur Radcliffe over there in the UK. Bunny Barnes is here. S.A. Tudhope. Lori Payne. Great to see all you guys sharing time with me. And Kathy Marzik is here. And Kathy, Kathy gave me a special contribution to, to buy a replacement little blue plush squeaky elephant for Charlie. And I did order that this morning, finally, so it should be here in a few days. Chewy is usually pretty quick on that stuff. Whether Charlie will like it as much as his original is too soon to tell. But we shall see. So this one, I sing to myself often. Life can throw you some curves, and things don't always turn out right. Everyone has the blues sometimes, and nobody wins every fight. So if you're feeling gloomy about all that you have lost, just be glad that you had it when it's time to pay the cost. Just repeat after me. My life is not a tragedy. Now maybe you've lost that love, or time took your loved ones away. Even if you're the last man standing, you know you too will fall one day. Well, I started as a baby and I grew to be a man. If I end up as an old dog, well, I guess I'll understand. And when I look into the mirror, that old man will agree. My life is not a tragedy. Now, I've been down so many pathways. You know, I've seen it all. I'm not gonna let myself get all low down when my back's against the wall. So if hard times descend on you and dark clouds are overhead, you know, you better just grab on to living before they turn around and pronounce you dead. If you find that you're suffering from a bad case of the blues, you gotta get up in the morning and adjust your attitude. Just repeat after me. My life is not a tragedy. My life is not a tragedy. My life and your life right now, we're having some pretty tragic moments in our country. But remember all the good times you had in the before times. Your life and my life. My life is not a tragedy. There you go. So I see Sharon March is here, and Greg Artsner, my good buddy, one of the two magpies, the two lovable magpies. And let me see who else I'm missing. Mark Steele. The Martin is an OM18. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. And Linda Worcester, S.A. Tudhope, Slim Edelman, Rich Fowler, Bruce McNeil. I think I got you all in, and it's announcement time. So I don't know if Greg can confirm this yet. Greg, are we actually going to be playing the Kent stage on May 3rd? I'm waiting to find out. I'm leaving the date open, and there is a chance that we will be out in Kent, Ohio for the 55th year commemoration of the Kent State murders, and 30, 40, 50, yeah, and hopefully doing a show there with some kind of a topical theme, maybe a Phil Oaks night kind of show. And Greg may know and he may not know if that's set yet. I see Mike Stillman is here. Good to see you, Mike, out there in Joshua Tree. And you say May 4th. May 4th is a Sunday. Is that what we're doing? Well, we will find out for sure. And I will keep announcing it here. And I also will be at Steve Kaufman's acoustic camp on June 8th through the 14th in Maryville, Tennessee, and at Summer Acoustic Music Week in New Hampshire on July 13th through the 19th at Lake Winnipesaukee. Beautiful place up there. The Invisibles, who may not show up today, the principal regular Invisible these days is George Young down there in Winter Garden, Florida. If you're here, George, hello to you and best wishes. And Judith Fox occasionally shows up. Joel Biget might show up. And Mario Prue, the great Mario Prue, luthier, might show up. Tom Dietz says he will try to be in Kent on that weekend. And there is, as always, a PayPal link right there next to my left index finger, which I'm wiggling now for your benefit. If you'd like to contribute a little something to the Charlie the Dog veterinary dog sitting in what they call it, not enchantment, not enlightenment. I forget the word. Anyhow, Charlie is always happy to get more treats. So there's that. Now, the guitars for today, the first guitar I had was my Martin OM18 Authentic. It's part of a special Martin series, which seeks to replicate the pre-World War II guitars. And this guitar is my Pre-War Guitars Company, which, for obvious reasons, is doing the same thing. This is a 0028. The Martin is an OM18. The 18 means it's mahogany back and sides with a spruce top. The 28 means it's rosewood back and sides with the spruce top. And in this case, it's Brazilian rosewood, which I usually flash to wow the crowd. Beautiful, beautiful sounding and beautiful playing and beautiful looking guitar. So those are the guitars today. I'll be pulling up the Martin again for the last song, but the second last one is still going to be this baby. Okay, Greg Archner says May 4th confirmed Magpie and Raleigh Brown. Great. I'm looking forward to it. So all my Ohio buds, put it on your calendar, come on down. Maybe we can figure out a time that weekend, maybe on Saturday, to have a little get-together in a park or something like we did one time before. So that's all that stuff. Today is Wednesday, and I am with you even as we speak. On Thursdays, Helen Avakian and David Irwin do their stream at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. They do it at 7 Central. And on Friday, Slim Edelman is doing his show, and it's about footwear this week. I'm not sure if it's a fetish kind of thing, but we'll find out from Slim. And Bunny, I believe, is doing hers today. Yes, she's doing a 4 for Friday. And so Bunny will be on at 4 on Friday. You can find her on her Bunny Barnes page. And then on Saturday, Warren Bendler of Warren and Janelle will be doing his stream at 3 p.m. And then I'll be back Sunday morning for my request show. Since Greg is here, I should mention that Greg and Terry, who are Magpie, they put up, if you go to Greg's page, they put up a number of songs. They've written a couple songs recently, which you might appreciate. And they are among my musical heroes. So next up, you know, in the early '80s, I lived for a year in Australia, and this song became very dear to me. It's funny because you know, I play it. I know Tommy Emmanuel, who is from Australia, plays it, and he plays a kind of beautiful version of it. But the way they play it in Australia, there's a country singer who is the best way I could put it is he's kind of like the Willie Nelson of Australia, and his name is Slim Dusty. And Slim Dusty, when he plays Waltzing Matilda, it has that, you know, Australian country music has a touch of English music hall and a touch of country, but it's not like country and blues like American country music is. So when he plays it, it sounds like it could be on the piano, but he's strumming the guitar. It's like, once a jolly swag man. That's not the way I do it. And for me, it's pretty poignant because I really loved my time in Australia and the people I became friends with when I was there. So here's my Waltzing Matilda. Waltzing Matilda. I'm not sure if there's a if it's a folk song or if somebody wrote it. There are a lot of there were great Australian poets and songsters. And I saw a note there from Johnson Hogg said, "Wonder what was wrong with the OM28 Authentic you had. It came and went." There was nothing wrong with it, Johnson. It was a very nice guitar, but it was not as nice as this one. And what it essentially amounted to was, after I had and what happened was my buddy Danny Gotham came up to visit, and he has a pre-war guitars OM21. And he brought it along, and I had the two Authentics, the 28 and the 18. And so naturally we sat here, right here in this very room, and A-B'd them, just played them back and forth. And at the time, my thought was, these are all three really lovely guitars, and they each have their own particular voice. And so Danny went on his way, and he said, "Well, if you ever want to get one of these," he said, "those guys, he lives down near where their factory is, and he's known them since before they started the factory." He said, "Let me know, and I'll put you in touch with them and see if they can work some kind of endorsement or some kind of deal with you." And I said, yeah, okay. I got enough guitars, and I'm not gonna live long enough for the 2.5-year waiting period, is what I thought at the time. It was one of my darker moments in life. And so he went away, and like day by day, week by week, I kept thinking about the sound of that guitar. I kept thinking, these guitars are great, but that guitar had something special, and that something was what I consider the true sound of pre-war Martins. These are beautiful, these Authentics, and let's say they have 70% of that sound, but the pre-war has like 90% of it. So once I decided I was getting that, I just it seemed silly to keep both of them. So I sold the OM28. It's a fine guitar. I'm sure that whoever ended up with it loves it. But that's the story. That's the way the wheeling and dealing in the guitar world goes. And what happened in the middle, after I sold the OM28, I was waiting. I knew it'd be like another year till the pre-war came, and so I found an Eastman that was Madagascar rosewood, that was like half the price of the Martin, less than half, and I bought that. And that was a lovely guitar, not quite what I would think would be up to the Martin, but really close for the amount of money it was. And that guitar now belongs to Warren Bendler, who decided to buy it off me when I sold that one. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So one more for you today, and this is my bastardization of a song by Peter Rowan. And Peter Rowan is one of those great bridges from old bluegrass. He played as one of Bill Monroe's bluegrass boys, and then later played in Earth Opera and played with David Grisman, and so he had one foot in the old tradition and one foot in the new style, and holds the distinction of being the only the writer of the only bluegrass song I've ever heard that has the word bodhisattva in it. That should tell you everything you need to know, except he's wonderful if you get to hear him ever. He's a great singer and a great guitarist. And a great songwriter, and this one is his. If you ever feel lonesome, you're down in San Antone, just beg, steal, or borrow 2 nickels or a dime. Call me on the phone. I'll meet you at Alamo Mission, and and we can say our prayers. The Holy Ghost and Virgin Mother will heal us as we kneel there in the moonlight, in the midnight, in the moonlight, midnight moonlight, in the moonlight, in the midnight, in the moonlight, midnight moonlight. And if you ever feel sorrow for love that you have wronged, with no hope for tomorrow, in the setting of the sun, and the ocean is howling with dreams that might have been, your last good morning sunrise will be the brightest you've ever seen. In the moonlight, in the midnight, in the moonlight, midnight moonlight, in the moonlight, in the midnight, in the moonlight, midnight moonlight. So if you ever feel lonesome, you're down in San Antone, just beg, steal, or borrow 2 nickels or a dime, and call me on the phone. Call me on the phone. Midnight moonlight. So once again, I thank you all. Let me take a look and see if I missed anybody. Jeff Blumenthal just showed up. And Connie Adams is here. Robin Gray is here. I thank you for joining me today. I know you all could be, if you're anywhere near where I live, you could be out there in the sun, and maybe you are out in the sun listening on your phone or something like that. Charlie and I are going to get out in the sun. Charlie gets 3 walks most every day, and he's had 2 so far today. He's lying there, my long-suffering dog, waiting for his next opportunity. He's idling. So let me see what I can do for a mantra here. In drop D, you know that you can be in drop D and you can play in the key of G. Be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind. It's a snap. If you get cranky, take a nap. If you get cranky, take a nap. Thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you on Sunday. And Johnson said, still miss the L00 Gibson with the damage. Well, you don't have to miss it. It's right here in the other room, and I'll get it out one of these times. So lots of love to you all, and hope you have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.